Back in 2018, which is 2 years ago now, that feels weird, Apple shattered everyone's expectations of what a tablet can do and introduced the iPad Pro, which I think has to get the award for like most enjoyed new Apple product in a long time. I mean, there's still so many things from this iPad that people want to see across not just the iPhone, but every other Apple product. Just the embracement of USB-C. Is embracement a word? Don't think about it. The Pro Motion display, the thin bezels, Face ID working from different angles. What are they gonna do with the next generation one? Triple camera. That's enough, right? That's good. And it's from OnLeaks, so we know it's probably gonna happen. Let's begin. So I was kind of disappointed with this report. I was kind of sad that there wasn't really much else to it, because it is quite simple. Today's video is not to be this intricate breakdown of all the things you should expect. It's basically just the new iPad Pros are gonna have triple cameras. That's it. There's really nothing else. I mean, not that tablet photography is really that stupid, it's just not that many people care. I feel like that's not the primary reason people buy an iPad, and I'm very, very curious what a triple camera iPad Pro is going to do to the resale value of the 2018 iPad Pro, because honestly, I would not upgrade for that reason alone. I love my 13-inch iPad Pro. I use it all the time. I love ProMotion, USB-C, Face ID working from so many angles. It's a wonderful tablet, the best one I think you can get, but if literally the upgrade is just you can have an ultra-wide and a telephoto now, like it's the same camera arrangement, I assume, as the 11 Pro, is anyone really gonna buy it for that reason alone? Perhaps there's some type of new AR feature that's gonna be coming to, you know, just the 11 Pro and just these new iPad Pros, but the A12X chip is also still insanely fast for an ARM CPU, and it's incredibly power efficient on the iPad Pro. So even if this next generation iPad has a A13X chip of some sort, as reports are claiming that these iPad Pros could potentially come as soon as March, I think it's more likely for them to come at WWDC, but this should be a website refresh. I don't think they should designate time at a keynote to just saying we added some cameras to the iPad, because for years, Apple has never cared about the photography or videography performance of the iPad. It's always been fine. It's been kind of an afterthought, like, I guess this year we'll give it 4K. Sure, let's just throw it on there. I've said in the past, though, I would rather have a worse camera on my iPad. As long as you got rid of the camera bump on the back, just throws off the whole design of everything being so flat and stuff. And the triple camera, I mean, it doesn't protrude that much, but just honestly, I feel like if you had a chart and you saw iPad Pro sales, if that thing came out with the A13X chip and stuff, the sales would be like blip and then go right back to normal, because you get a bunch of YouTubers who buy it, obviously, and they're like, here it is. And I'm not discrediting you guys. I'll probably do it too. I'll try one out and see if I can notice any difference in performance. But the only other thing I could think of them changing with the next gen iPad Pro is like maybe making the metal a little bit thicker or stronger so that it's not as likely to bend as much as we've heard about iPad Pros bending. Still haven't had any issues with mine though. And I just feel like this upgrade isn't worth it, to be honest with you. It's very rare I say that, but I know it's been a long time since we've had an iPad Pro. It's been over a year now, and Apple hasn't really done much with it, but it still holds up so well. Like, the bezels on it are still pretty thin, Face ID is still doing great. iPad OS kind of reinvented the tablet as a whole and changed all of the potential it could have. Apple, if this is all you're cooking behind the scenes, it's just a triple camera and a better CPU, I'd say just wait, you know? Like, you gotta change all the manufacturing lines to assemble these things, and you gotta put some R&D into, you know, redesigning it a little bit and upping the CPU. Just save that money, spend it on something else. I don't know, use that money to put in that pool in your backyard you've been wanting for a long time, Tim. Use that money on shipping fast chargers with all of the iPhones this year, not just the Pros. I don't know, just, it's not worth the time. Like, what is there gonna be to talk about other than just, yep, that's an ultra-wide lens, or maybe this camera's gonna be slightly better than the 11 Pro, but that's even weirder because people don't want the 13-inch iPad Pro going around to take pictures and videos. It's a great viewfinder, I agree, but I have a phone that can take pictures and videos with that triple camera arrangement. I don't need that on my iPad as well. It's just about as impractical as adding the triple camera setup to like the MacBook Pro on the back, you know, not as a webcam replacement. We're just gonna add triple camera arrangement to the back of the MacBook. And if there's a lot of you guys asking me out there, like, is it too late to buy an iPad Pro? I still say, since it's old, you know, try to find a good deal on one, try to find one that's cheaper than retail. But for the most part, no, I'm not gonna warn people and say, no, don't buy an iPad Pro right now because there's a new one coming out around the corner. Don't get that one. it's not worth it. If anything, that new one will come out and make the current ones much cheaper, then buy them. That's what it's worth waiting for, but not the triple camera iPad. That's kind of depressing. Things I would want in a next-gen iPad Pro are the Face ID sensors to be moved to the long side so that you don't cover it up so much when you're holding it in landscape. I think more people hold it in landscape than portrait mode, personally. Outside of that, very little things I would change. Work on a cheaper version. Honestly, the iPad Pro doesn't need more work. Just make, like, you know, the iPad Pro features into more affordable iPads down the line. So, I don't know, make it water resistant or something. See, I can't even think of good things. Don't worry, we'll work on iOS 14 wishlist later. But what do you guys think of the triple camera iPad? Am I missing something? Are there a ton of you out there that want ultra wide and telephoto lenses on your iPad Pro? And before you answer that, keep in mind it's, you know, probably gonna be the same price as before. So, why don't you go ahead, save your money, get the 2018 iPad Pro that can do 99% the same stuff. But anyway, let me know what you're thinking by hitting me up over on Twitter, joining our Discord. This is your Apple Sheep here. I'll see you in the next one.